When you have a disagreement with a friend, how do you make up? Well, saying you're sorry or admitting when you've done something wrong is the quickest and easiest way for friends to make up.
Hey!
We're going to talk about making and accepting apologies. When you and someone you know have a disagreement or an accident happens, you'll be able to say, "Let's make up."
Say you're sorry.
No.
Say you're sorry.
No.
Andrew and Tony were friends. They walked to school together and were even in the same class. One day, Tony was sick and didn't go to school. And it just so happened that the class was having indoor recess. Andrew brought his game player, but he forgot his games. He was really disappointed until he remembered that Tony had some games in his desk. So Andrew went to Tony's desk and found one of Tony's games in a box and put it in his game player. The name of the game was Monster Mash. When Andrew got home, he changed games, leaving Tony's Monster Mash game on the sofa, and he forgot about it.
Andrew, have you seen Monster Mash? I can't find it anywhere.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
Well, I used it yesterday.
You mean you just took it out of my box without asking?
Well, yeah.
Where is it?
I'm not sure.
You lost it?
Tony was really mad at Andrew. He had taken his game without permission, and now he didn't know where it was. Taking something without asking is wrong. Tony didn't talk to Andrew at all the rest of the day, and on their way home from school, Tony walked ahead of his friend. Tony was angry, and Andrew was sad and mad at himself. He knew what he had done was wrong, but he wasn't sure what to say or what to do. On the way home, Andrew thought about it. The game had to be at his house. When he got home, he would look for it. He looked through his bookcase and through his desk drawers, but he didn't find it. Then he remembered that he had last played the game on his sofa. At first, he couldn't find it. But he looked even harder and found the game buried in the sofa cushions. Now he and Tony could make up. At school the next day, Andrew saw Tony in the hall. Tony was still angry.
Hey, Tony.
What do you want?
I found your Monster Mash.
Thanks.
I wanted to say I'm sorry. I shouldn't have taken it out of your box without asking first. I'm really sorry.
Thanks for finding it.
Do you want to come over tonight and play?
Sure.
So Andrew apologized, and Tony accepted his apology. Andrew learned that when you do something wrong, it's important to apologize and say you're sorry. That's one way to make up with a friend.
Now, here are some questions to think about. Why is it important to say you're sorry when you do something wrong? Has someone ever apologized to you? What happened? How did the apology make you feel?
It's natural for friends to get upset with each other. But that doesn't mean you can't make up. That's what Ellen and Lee learned. Ellen, Lee, Jen, and Rachel were very good friends. They liked to do lots of things together. One day, they were all playing at Ellen's house. Ellen had a large doll collection. Every once in a while, Ellen would take the dolls off the shelf and brush their hair. The girls were having fun. Lee reached up to get another doll from the shelf. As she reached up, The doll fell out of her hands and onto the ground, and the porcelain face of the doll cracked.
You broke my doll. How could you be so stupid? It slipped out of my hand. I'm sorry.
Sorry? What does sorry do?
It was an accident. I'm really, really, really sorry.
So am I. I'm sorry you're here. Good. Go home. I don't ever want to talk to you again.
I'm going to go too.
Me too.
I'm really, really sorry.
Even though Lee tried to make up with Ellen by saying she was sorry, Ellen wouldn't talk to her. Ellen refused to accept Lee's apology. That's called holding a grudge. Ellen is holding a grudge against Lee. Ellen won't accept Lee's apology. The problem with holding a grudge is that it's never over. When you hold a grudge, it stays with you, and whatever made you mad just keeps getting worse. By not talking, the person you're angry with never gets the chance to receive your forgiveness. Holding a grudge can keep everyone involved from being happy, including you. So, after a while, Ellen learned she had to accept Lee's apology. She let go of the grudge. Lee felt much better, and so did Ellen. The doll was still broken, but their friendship was back together.
Now, here are some questions to think about. What does holding a grudge mean? Explain. Why is it so important to accept an apology?
We've seen why it's important to say you're sorry, accept an apology, and not hold a grudge. In some situations, both people have to say they're sorry. That's what John and Kelsey learned. Like every brother and sister, they had their little spats, but most of the time they got along pretty well. Then one day, John was building a new spaceship he got for his birthday. The directions were long and difficult. Piece by piece, he carefully put it together. It took him almost 3 hours to put together. He then decided to go out to play and left a spaceship on the table. A couple of hours later, it was time for dinner and it was Kelsey's turn to set the table. She accidentally knocked over John's spaceship and all of his hard work fell apart when it hit the floor.
What did you do?
I was setting the table and I had to move.
You're such a jerk. Why do you always have to touch my stuff?
It was an accident.
Don't touch my stuff, jerk.
I'm trying to help.
Jerk.
Stop calling me names. You're the jerk.
John and Kelsey were really mad at each other. John was mad because the spaceship he built was ruined. Kelsey was mad because he called her names. They didn't talk to each other for the rest of the day. John and Kelsey were doing their chores. Kelsey was cleaning out the dishwasher. John was getting the garbage.
Ow! What happened?
I cut my finger.
It's not that deep. Here, I'll get a bandage.
Thanks for helping.
No problem.
I'm sorry about breaking your spaceship yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry I called you names. I know it was an accident. There, you'll be okay.
It takes two to really make up. It's important to apologize and to accept apologies too.
Now, here are some questions to think about. How can making an apology and accepting an apology help people make up? Tell about a time you had a disagreement with someone. Did you apologize? How did it make you feel?
Hey! Sorry!
Sorry is easy to say, but did you know sorry can be an action too? Sorry can be something you do. That's what Elliot, Adam, and Bill found out. Bill, Elliot, and Adam were playing at Bill's house one day. They had started a small pillow fight in Bill's bedroom. But pretty soon, the pillow fight spread throughout the house.
Look at this mess.
Sorry, it was an accident.
Well, I accept your apology, but you're going to have to clean this mess up.
Bill, Adam, and Elliot were sorry, so they spent the next few minutes cleaning up and picking up the mess they had made. They learned a valuable lesson. Sorry is more than a word. Sometimes it means taking responsibility, taking action, and fixing whatever it is you did wrong.
Now, here are some questions to think about. How can you make sorry an action? Explain.
So let's review what we learned. First, apologize when you're wrong. And learn to accept an apology. Never hold a grudge. Sometimes it's important to have both people give and accept apologies. And finally, sorry just doesn't have to be words. You can turn sorry into action and make things right. Now you know a bunch of ways to say, let's make up.